I love a good loophole. I hope you love a good loophole. We're going to talk about some things that most criminal defense attorneys don't know about. So that could either excite you or bore you to tears. Either way, here we go. We're going to talk about a beautiful recent case of State v. Repple. This is a technicality that got a DUI dismissed and gets a lot of DUIs dismissed here in Central Florida. And once I tell you what happened, then you might understand what's going on here. Repple's in the city of Maitland, which is Orange County, Florida, where I'm sitting. I'm sitting in the city of Orlando, but Maitland is a little north of me and it's still Orange County. And Repple gets pulled over in Orange County by a Maitland police officer and gets arrested for DUI by Officer Banos, a Maitland police officer. Now, here's the thing about Central Florida. Here's the thing about Orange County. I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you want to do the breathalyzer in Orange County and Repple said, I'll blow into that machine, you gotta go to the city of Orlando, which is still in Orange County, the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They've got the Intoxilizer 8000 and the breath tech is there 24/7, and that's how you got to do that. And that's exactly what happened with Repple. He gets taken from the city of Maitland by a city of Maitland police officer to Orlando and blows into the Orange County Sheriff's Office Intoxilizer machine, blows over the limit, and is convicted of DUI. But Stuart Hyman, the best DUI attorney in the Southeast region, not just Florida, he's the best, period, I think. He moved to suppress the breath results because he said that this Maitland police officer was acting outside of his jurisdiction when he was collecting evidence outside of Maitland. He was collecting evidence in Orange County, yes, but in Orlando, and he can't do that. Now, you can collect evidence outside of your jurisdiction, folks, under two very well-established exceptions. One, fresh pursuit, okay? You don't just get away with something because you drive into another county or you drive into another city. Fresh pursuit would have let this Maitland police officer continue the investigation, et cetera, outside of Maitland into some other city, into even some other county, called fresh pursuit. The second thing is we have a Mutual Aid Act, Florida's Mutual Aid Act, FMAA, which also permits a Maitland police officer to go ahead and do other stuff outside of their jurisdiction. But let's rewind a little bit, folks. If this Maitland police officer went on the Carnival cruise down to a few stops in Mexico or whatever, does this guy still get to be a police officer in Mexico? Hell no. Does he even get to be a police officer on the cruise ship? Heck no. No, you get to be a police officer in Maitland, Florida. That's it. The question becomes, was this officer collecting evidence outside of his jurisdiction? Yes. Absolutely it was. And that's what Stuart Hyman, brilliant objection to the breathalyzer from a Maitland police officer leaving his jurisdiction and trying to gather evidence outside of his jurisdiction. And the court in Repple said, you can't do this. You cannot collect evidence outside of your jurisdiction unless you fall under the two exceptions. The FMAA, Florida Mutual Aid Act, if you have an agreement, you can do it, a written agreement. They didn't have a written agreement. Or if it's fresh pursuit. There was no fresh pursuit here. I will tell you that this case is fascinating because it is in direct opposition to other cases which have held that this sort of thing on a DUI is perfectly legal. The Repple case explains very well why those other cases are a joke, really. In those other cases, create what the other cases do that disagree with Repple is they say, well, you, judge, can create a third exception to this rule. For God's sakes, people, this is our Constitution, right? You only have power as a police officer in your jurisdiction with two exceptions. And then these other cases have said, oh, you know what? We're going to create a third exception. From where? Where are you going to create this? The only way you can give an officer authority outside their jurisdiction is for the legislator to do it, for it to go under the Florida Mutual Aid Act, or for there to be fresh pursuit. None of that. This DUI is done. This is over. Here in Orange County, we have so many cities, so many police departments that pull the same stuff. University of Central Florida, UCF Police Department, Winter Park, Maitland, you name it. These agencies under this law this case law. They cannot drive you to the breath machine outside of their jurisdiction, start collecting evidence in a place where they have no jurisdiction. They can't do it unless they get some mutual aids. Let's be real. They probably signed those mutual aids by now, okay? They really have. If they have half a brain, they saw the Repple case and they are signing mutual aids right now. But this case, thrown out. This DUI, thrown out. You can't do this, folks. I love this loophole. There you have it. If you get a DUI here in Central Florida, yes, Stuart Hyman is brilliant. He is the best DUI attorney. Go to him. But if you don't go to Stuart Hyman here in Central Florida, I hope that you'll call me. I'm really good at this. I've been doing this over 31 years. Give our office a call. We can help you out on a DUI. If you don't have a DUI and you're just here to learn some stuff, I appreciate you watching. I hope that you'll click something on the screen that says subscribe, like, I don't know what these things say. There's little buttons floating around everywhere. I hope that you hit one of them that gives me some positive feedback. Thanks again.